Welcome back to another video from Lord Gizmo. Today, we will take you to the heart of Pakistan, where the ancient art of brickmaking thrives. Did you know Pakistan is the world's third largest brick producer, churning out over 45 billion bricks every year, and nearly all of them are crafted in traditional kilns just like the ones we're exploring today. Join us as we visit a bustling site where skilled workers transform humble mud into sturdy bricks. Using time-honored, hands-on methods, these artisans shape each brick by hand, a labor-intensive process unchanged for generations. For many, this age-old craft remains a vital lifeline, providing a livelihood for countless families in Pakistan's rural communities. Soil is the main ingredient of bricks. To transport this soil efficiently to brick kilns, tractors equipped with hydraulic tipping trolleys are commonly used. These trolleys are attached to the rear of the tractor and utilize the tractor's built-in hydraulic system, often powered via the power takeoff shaft, to operate a hydraulic jack that lifts the trolley bed for unloading. The hydraulic tipping mechanism allows for quick and effortless unloading of materials like soil, sand, and bricks, making it an economical alternative to conventional dump trucks. Next, the workers engage in the labor-intensive task of preparing the mud. They begin by thoroughly mixing water with soil, a process that demands considerable physical effort to achieve the right consistency. Once combined, the mixture undergoes kneading, a step requiring even more exertion, as the workers work the heavy, sticky mass to attain a uniform, plastic texture suitable for molding. This meticulous process is crucial in brickmaking, ensuring the clay's workability and the strength of the final product, and fired bricks were utilized extensively. After achieving a consistent and workable texture through thorough kneading, the clay is primed for shaping. Workers then press the prepared material into molds, carefully forming each brick to precise specifications. The worker also uses sand placed on the ground, which prevents the prepared clay from adhering to the mold. Excess clay is then leveled off to ensure uniformity. This molding process is a traditional brick-making method, setting the foundation for the brick's final form and strength. This traditional method of making bricks by hand has been practiced for over 9,000 years. Evidence of sun-dried mud bricks dates back to around 7,000 BCE in ancient settlements, such as Jericho in the Levant and Mehrgarh in present-day Pakistan. In a single day, a skilled worker can produce up to 750 bricks, each one a testament to their endurance and craftsmanship. To face a new competitor, the double-die rotary brickmaking machine. This powerful machine can produce an astonishing 100 bricks per minute. That's 6,000 bricks in just 1 hour. The process starts with an excavator, which uses its bucket to prepare the clay mixture. The excavator then scoops the clay and feeds it into the machine's hopper. It requires 4 to 5 scoops of mud to fully load the hopper. Once filled, the machine is moved to an open field, where it efficiently produces and places mud bricks. Powered by a tractor through a long PTO shaft, the machine relies on a gearbox to transmit mechanical energy from the tractor to its rotating drum. This ensures consistent speed and smooth operation, shaping bricks from the mud with remarkable precision. This modern marvel is transforming the industry, offering unmatched speed and efficiency compared to the traditional handcrafted methods. Advanced versions like the double die and tetra die machines push efficiency to new heights. The double die can produce 2 bricks at once, while the tetra die churns out 4 bricks each time the rotating drum aligns perfectly. Inside the drum, multiple mold boxes are arranged radially, each equipped with 2 plungers that move in and out to compress the clay into precise brick shapes. It's a seamless operation. When the hopper is full, these machines can produce well over 1,000 bricks in no time. And here's the kicker. This high-tech process requires just 3 workers. 1 to drive the tractor, 1 to operate the excavator, and 1 to maintain the machine. Compared to the labor-intensive traditional methods, this streamlined approach is revolutionizing brick production in Pakistan. Once the mud bricks are formed, whether by hand or machine, they're left to dry naturally under the scorching sun. For 48 hours, the bricks bask in the sunlight as heat and air work together to draw out moisture, hardening the bricks until they're solid enough to be transported. After the bricks have dried, they must be transported to the kiln for firing. In many traditional brick-making operations in Pakistan, this task is accomplished using donkey carts, a method that has been employed for generations. Before loading, workers meticulously arrange the dried bricks into specific patterns. This organized stacking facilitates efficient loading onto the donkey carts, ensuring balance and stability during transit. The donkeys carry the bricks to the kiln, often making multiple trips throughout the day. The use of donkey carts remains prevalent due to their adaptability and efficiency, especially in areas where mechanized transport may not be feasible. However, this labor-intensive process often necessitates workers to own a donkey and cart to transport bricks. It imposes a significant financial burden. One worker shared that he purchased a donkey for approximately 200,000 Pakistani rupees, around $700, a sum that many laborers find challenging to afford. Each brick is manually handled, making the task both laborious and time-consuming. Workers are compensated based on the number of bricks they transport and stack daily, incentivizing long hours under strenuous conditions. Within the kiln, bricks are meticulously arranged in specific patterns, leaving deliberate spaces between them. This configuration ensures uniform heat distribution during firing. With the bricks neatly arranged, the next step is to prepare them for firing. A worker carefully spreads a layer of soil over the stacked bricks, a task that requires both strength and balance. Carrying a heavy basket filled with soil on their head, the worker climbs a ladder to reach the top of the stack, a job reserved for the strongest among them as it demands incredible physical endurance. If you look at it from above, the kiln has a continuous arched structure. This oval shape of the kiln allows them to continuously bake bricks from one side and stack the sun-dried bricks on the other side. It was the invention of a British engineer named W. Bull. That is why it is called Bull's Trench Kiln. Let's see how it works. The trench of these kilns can be divided into 3 zones. Preheating zone, where new sun-dried mud bricks are placed. The firing, where fire is lit to bake the bricks. And lastly, the cooling zone, from where the ready bricks get cooled. All these trench sections are linked through many ducts to the chimney located in the center. The chimney has a fan to suck air from the cooling zone, which takes away the hot air from the cooling zone and enters the firing zone. Thanks to those ducts that are linked with chimneys, only one of them is open at a time. It allows the air to move out without entering the preheating zone. Also, it makes the process continuous because the duct can be changed accordingly anytime, which switches the preheating zone to the combustion zone and the combustion zone to the cooling zone. Once everything is perfectly set, it's time to light the kiln. To ignite the primary fuel, 8 to 10 commercial-size liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) cylinders are employed, offering a cleaner and more efficient alternative to traditional methods. This approach not only reduces the reliance on wood, thereby aiding in the conservation of forests, but also contributes to lower emissions and improved air quality. In the past, coal was the primary fuel used to fire these kilns, but today, its use is strictly prohibited due to government regulations aimed at combating climate change. This shift reflects Pakistan's efforts to balance the manufacturing sector with environmental responsibility, ensuring the brick-making industry adapts to a more sustainable future. However, traditional brick kilns still pose significant environmental challenges. The carbon emissions from these kilns contribute to severe pollution in surrounding areas. Every winter, smoke from the kilns gets trapped in fog, creating thick, hazardous smog that blankets nearby communities. To address this, brickmakers are turning to better alternatives. One better option is rice husk, an organic fuel with a lower carbon footprint. It contains 30 to 50% organic carbon and a high heat value of 13 to 16 megajoules per kilogram, making rice husk an effective and environmentally conscious choice for generating the intense heat needed to bake bricks. Wheat straw, the dry stalks remaining after wheat harvesting, is also a good alternative. It has a carbon content ranging from approximately 37.2% to 45% and a high heat value between 14.86 and 17.5 megajoules per kilogram. We also visited the place where the wheat is thrashed using this machine. It results in the separation of grain and stalk. But as you may know, Pakistan is an agricultural country. It produces 31.4 million metric tons of wheat and 10 million metric tons of rice in a year. It means they have plenty of this biofuel to keep the kiln's temperature over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The stalk also gets reduced to straw. Interestingly, many workers working here belong to the kiln. It's a seasonal thing here to earn grain in exchange for labor. We will cover the entire wheat production process in our next videos. Inside the kiln, bricks glow with an intense red heat, enduring temperatures between 1,650 degrees Fahrenheit and 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit for over 10 to 12 hours as they undergo the firing process. This prolonged exposure ensures the bricks achieve the necessary strength and durability for construction. However, exposing them to excessive heat or prolonged firing times leads to completely opposite results. Overburnt bricks often exhibit surface imperfections, such as bloating, black cores, or blistering. After crushing, they can merely be used as a substitute for natural aggregates in pavement construction. After nearly 12 hours inside the kiln, the bricks are finally ready to be removed. Working alone, this man begins loading them onto a trolley, one load after another. With temperatures soaring above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, he'll repeat this back-breaking task 3 times before the day ends. It's grueling work, but for many laborers like him, there's no other choice. Old-school brick kilns, as primitive as they seem, are often the only means of survival for thousands with little to no formal education. In fact, for many families, these kilns are the only lifeline. But behind the stacks of bricks lies a harsher reality. In places where labor laws go unenforced, bonded labor and child labor still exist. Some children are here because their parents tried sending them to school, but they dropped out and followed the same path their families have walked for generations. And each winter, when the government temporarily shuts down kilns to reduce smog, these same workers are left jobless overnight. Instead of banning operations, the solution lies in enforcing cleaner technologies, like zigzag kilns. Surprisingly, more than 46% of Pakistan's kilns still haven't adopted this method, but they should. Zigzag stacking improves airflow, enhances combustion, and cuts down energy use by 30%. It also reduces carbon emissions and fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, by up to 35%. The fix is simple. Bricks are just arranged in a zigzag pattern rather than in straight lines. This forces the hot air to snake its way through, generating more heat with less fuel. But transitioning to this setup can take up to 3 months, halting production and income, something many small kiln owners can't afford, especially during peak demand seasons. Still, much more needs to be done. Over 4.5 million people depend on this industry to put food on the table. Most come from marginalized backgrounds, trapped in generational poverty with no easy way out. These kilns are more than just brick factories. They're a window into a deeper, often invisible world. One where sweat and fire shape not only bricks, but entire lives. Hey guys, hope you find this video insightful. Let us know what you think of this traditional brick industry. Share, like, and subscribe. And we will see you next time.